Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Educated Natural. I'm so excited to be back with you today. Listen, if this is your first time here, welcome. Look around, browse through the channel. Hopefully you will find something exciting to you and that you would want to find out more information about. If so, we invite you to join the family here by hitting that subscribe button, liking and commenting, and being a part of the conversation. We love to hear from you. If you are a returning family member here, welcome. It's good to see you. I hope you are having a fabulous day. We are blessed and highly favored and thankful for every opportunity God gives us to be back with you. It's a blessing to be with you all today. I know I was supposed to be with you yesterday, but scheduling and life be lifing. So we said, hey, it's better late than never, right? So we are blessed to be here with you today. As you can tell by the title of today's talk, shall we say, we're going to be talking about broken promises. If you are a CEO, if you own a business, let me tell you, promises, they are very important. And just in case you are not familiar with what a promise is, then you definitely need to grab a pen and paper so you can be educated right here with the Educated Natural. Listen, we have a motto here. It is very simple. I, the Educated Natural, vow unto you that I will never leave you uneducated. I'm bound to say something that's going to educate you, inspire you, cause you to rethink maybe your current thoughts on a particular problem, issue, or topic of discussion. I can just about guarantee that. All right. So welcome to everyone, especially to those of you that are joining me live. Let me say hello, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, Tay. Hey, Miss Sonia Siegler, great to see you. Hi, Picture Me Crafting, great to see you. Bad, thank you for being in the house. What? Yes. Welcome. Miss Coretta, thank you for being here. And as everyone is starting to come in, I know it's a lot of things going on all over YouTube today at this particular time. But like I said, I'm honored that you are here. So thank you. I'm not going to belabor the time. I'm not going to keep you here all day. I'm going to say what has to be said and we're going to move on, okay? The reason why is because my members and I are meeting up right after this live stream. So if you are a member, grab your pen, grab your paper. We have some talking to do. Many of you have shared with me some concerns you have about your business, and we're going to talk today. So if you aren't a member, I invite you to become one. As a member, you get the opportunity to have some one-on-one time with me and the crew. We all come together. We discuss some topics that may be plaguing you in your business. So if you are not a part of the family membership, what are you waiting for? Click that join button right now, and you can be a part of today's discussion and, of course, future discussions. Like I said, I will never leave you uneducated. So if you know you're struggling in business, this is the place you need to be. Welcome in, my Renaissance grandma. Hey. Welcome in, Black Guns and Gardens. So glad to have you with us today. Now, we're talking about promises today. And as you can see in the poll above, I'm asking you, do you have a brand promise? Now, what a brand promise is, basically, to keep it short and simple for you, it's basically where CEOs and brand owners make a vow unto their customers about something they are going to do. It's a vow, it's a pledge, it's a solemn oath unto you about a product or service or even an expectation that we're going to provide unto you. Now, what brings this topic to you all today is because I recently received an inbox message from someone that was very unhappy with a product that they had received from another content creator. And they asked me what my thoughts were about it, which plagued me to say, you know what? Let me just bring this before a wider audience so that we can all talk about it. Because maybe a brand message isn't something that many CEOs think about. Maybe you think because you created this product or offer this service that everybody's going to buy it, everyone's going to love it, but you never go back and check with them and say, hey, did I deliver in accordance to your expectations? And that's why when I'm meeting with my members or meeting with my students, I always ask them, listen, First and foremost, before we do anything, what are your expectations? Why are you here? What is something that you're looking forward to learning? What is something that you're looking forward to experience while you're with me? Because I want to make sure that I'm meeting at least that expectation. Because as a CEO and a brand owner, if you're not meeting the expectations of your clients and proposed customers, especially your target audience, those you're trying to get in to buy your products and services, you are failing miserably. And although those customers or clients may not tell you to your face that you're failing them, they will definitely go and let the word of mouth travel all across the community about you. And like I talked about last week to you all about your reputation, if those words of mouth are negative about you, it could destroy your reputation publicly and privately. So as a CEO, as a brand owner or a brand builder, you want to make sure that your brand promise is intact with your target audience. And if you don't know what a target audience is, please let me know in the comments and I will gladly do a segment and we can talk about the target audience, because these are things I'm definitely going to be talking about with my members. We're going to be talking about how to narrow that scope down, because trust me, I've been here a while. I've been in business over 10 years. Okay. I've had a lot of experiences. And one thing I know, that when you create a product or you offer a service, it's very, very easy to think that what you have created is for everyone. And it will be at your surprise to realize it's not for everyone, just like you're not for everyone. So my job here is to make sure that you have streamlined everything in your business to make sure you're hitting that target dead center. You don't want to be shooting all over the place and thinking you're trying to grab someone over here and grab someone over there, because your messaging just isn't congruent with the product. You want to make sure everything is in alignment. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. It's going to save you effort, energy, blood, sweat, and tears. It's just going to save you in the long haul when you know exactly who you're trying to target and who your messaging is for. Trust me. I have been there, done that. Trust me. When you streamline things in your business, especially your brand promise and your brand message and your target audience, it makes things a lot simpler for you, the CEO. So let me check the chat and see if there's anything I have missed. Picture Me Crafting, you said, is that similar to a mission statement? It is similar, but the two are different. I'm going to be going over mission statements, vision statements when I speak with my members as well, but they are two different things. Hi, Microformer. Thank you for being here. Let's see. You say some people never brought nothing and still talk bad. That's why showing proof that you purchased from the business you're talking negative about. Proof has to be in the pudding, especially with so many people now. We can see this on those big stores, online stores. I'm not going to say no names, who recently got in trouble because people was putting fake reviews on there. Yeah. When it comes to reviews, you definitely want to get those from reputable sources, meaning people that have purchased your products and services or who have worked with people directly. You definitely want to make sure those reviews, either negative or positive, are coming from reputable sources, because people will say anything and do anything to try to bring you down. So you have to make sure as a CEO, listen to me and listen to me closely. As a CEO, I don't care what you are selling to a customer. If at all possible, once they receive that product from you, the CEO, the company, the brand, whatever it is, I don't care if it's a pen, a pencil, I don't care what it is. When they receive that item, if you can follow back up with them and get a review, you can take that review and put it on your website, or have that customer put it on your website. This is why I preach and teach websites to CEOs all the time. Stop playing around with Instagram. Get yourself something you can own yourself, which is your website. Have a place on your website where purchasers can go and leave a review about what they have purchased from you. That way you have instant proof in the pudding right there on your website. If for some reason you don't have a website right now, tell them either type up a review, put it under a comment on your video. If you're doing videos of your products and services, hey, leave me a comment under a particular video. And that way, that'll help you as well as a CEO. That's a reputable review. To even bring it home, have the person take a picture of that item with them. They can take it and just hold it up next to their face, like, take a picture of it, holding it up, give the review, and place that on your website or on your Instagram. You could, put that on your Instagram. Take that picture, put what they said under it. Boom. Proof in the pudding. They can't say you're lying. They can't say you made it up. It's directly from your customer. That will help you as well. That'll keep all that fake negative talk about your products and services at minimum. But you as the CEO have to go back and follow up with those customers. It's going to help you and your brand in the long haul. Because like you all have already said, people will just say anything for no reason at all to try to destroy your name, your brand, and your reputation. So thank you, Michael, for bringing that up. Hi, Miss V. Thank you for being here. There you go. That's why you see verified customer comments. Absolutely. Thank you, Dips, for being here. Welcome. Let's see. Is that okay? I think I got everybody. Yes, they can. I've had people email me a comment as well. You put that up on your website. You can put that on your social media. Make sure you get their permission. If you use their picture, if you have to go to their social media and grab a picture, make sure you have their permission to do that as well. If they're not able to send you one, ask them if it's okay for you to put this online. You always, as a CEO, have to protect yourself legally. Trust me. Protect yourself, protect your brand, protect your business, no matter what. Because we live in a world where everybody wants to sue and try to get money out of your pocket. And you want to make sure every I and every I is dotted and every T is crossed in your business, especially legally. Trust me, do it legally. That's why here on the Educated Natural channel, I'm always telling you all, the moment you decide you want to do your business and you do your research on the name, the brand name, the slogan, the logo, you do as much research as you can. And when you are ready to tell people, look, this is my brand, I'm putting 10 toes down on this thing, get to that point where you are ready to file those trademarks. Your trademark is going to protect your brand from all of these confiscators, copycatters, and everything else in between. Protect your brand. I've said it once. I'll continue to say it until y'all get it. You do not own your brand until you own a trademark. Don't matter if you dug that mug out the mud and pulled it up by the bootstrings yourself. You do not own it until you file a federal trademark on it. Point blank, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? So let that marinate. Get that in your soul and in your spirit. And move forward if you are serious about your products and services. You have to protect that baby. Because if you don't, you're just like leaving a child out in the cold. You just left it out there and anybody and everybody can come take it and put their hands on it and do whatever they want to it. Because you didn't protect it. So protect what you're building, people. Trust me. Hey, Jared, thank you for being here. Hey, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Thank you for being here. So great to see you. Yes, you got to have receipts, Ms. V. Absolutely. For everything you do. You have to have receipts. So now, let's get back to this promise thing. When you start thinking about your brand promise, what is your brand promise saying? What is the message that your brand promise is putting out there? Now, this is totally different from your brand message. We'll get into that later. But this is your brand promise. What things are you promising to provide to your customers? Now, don't get all crazy with this, okay? Please don't. Try to pick at least three things maximum, actually. 3 things that you can guarantee as a promise to your customers that you can provide unto them. Now, don't be out here talking about, if you sign up for my membership today, the first 5 people get free Teslas. I'll be giving the first 3 people Teslas. You know good and well, you don't have no money for Teslas for 3 people. You don't even have a Tesla yourself. So don't make these crazy promises that you, the brand owner, the CEO, the brand builder, cannot fulfill. You know good well you can't be like, you get a Tesla, you get a Tesla. Don't do that. Don't do that, because that's going to immediately destroy everybody. That's going to destroy your reputation. That's going to give people false hopes. Just don't do it, because you know good well you cannot fulfill that promise. So think about it. Grab a notebook and pen. Write it down. These are going to be the 3 things that I know that I can provide to my customers, my ideal clients. Hey, Passionately Intrigued Arts, thank you for being here. Please be mindful of what you are promising. Here is another gem for you. When you write these 3 things down and you start to speak it out to people, all right? If you make changes later on, you have to make sure that everyone, meaning your current clientele as well as future clientele, are aware of the changes. I don't care if you have to do a whole video. I don't care if you have to put a plane with a spotlight on it. Do whatever you need to do and let everyone know, effective whatever day it is you're making these changes, these are the current changes. Because what could possibly happen is, once you make a change after you say a thing and you make that promise, people may not be aware of it. They're expecting one thing and you've made these changes and they're saying, hey, but you said, at this point, but you said, you don't want to do that. The moment you list these 3 things and you make changes afterwards, you need to go back and let everybody involved know that these are my 3 promises. These things have changed. For instance, let's say you promise free shipping on your products at $20 when they reach the $20 mark. But then later on you say, man, shipping has gone up. Prices have gone up. I have to make some changes. I can no longer offer free shipping. Well, people are thinking, well, you got free shipping, so they're buying all these things from you and not realizing until they get to the cart that there is no more free shipping. That could be an issue. Something as simple as that, you need to announce that publicly. That's why I always tell people, build your email list. If you're selling products, we'll talk about this in the group or in my membership. If you're selling products and you have an email list where people have ordered from you online, then you need to go back to all those people, especially if they're recurring purchasers. You need to go back to all those people and say, hey, these are some changes since the last time you bought from me that have taken place, so that they will know, oh, wow, there's no more free shipping. Okay, I need to be mindful the next time I place an order, because things as simple as that could throw your customer base off. So you need to make sure whatever change you're making, no matter how small or how large, people are aware of that. Okay? So let me check the chat. Is that where you say we have the right to change prices due to the market? Yes. Yes, you can say that. You can put that in your terms and conditions. You can put that under where people purchase things at. Just make it plain where they can see it. Because let's just be real. Not everybody likes to read. Okay, there, I said it. Not everyone likes to read, and then when things go wrong, they want to come back and bash you. You have to put it where they can see it. The fine print, I know, will get people all the time, but you need to make sure that even if you can't put all that under where they buy it at, you need to have it either in your terms and conditions on your website or wherever people are purchasing things from you, somewhere where they can see it. That way, if something does go wrong or they miss something or they have a problem or an issue with you about your product or your changes, you can say, hey, did you go and read where it says, please read terms and conditions? Did you go and read that? Because it's clearly right there. I always tell people, have a refund policy. Have some policy on your website, or where I'm hoping y'all are not selling through Instagram, but if you are, woe unto you. That's why I preach websites, because it's so easy to put these things on a website. If you're making these changes and you're only using Instagram and places like that to make business transactions with customers, you need to make sure they are aware of your changes. So if you're going to do it on IG, if you're going to do it on YouTube or wherever else, you need to make sure people are aware of these changes and where they could read them at when they happen. But just in case people don't read it, because you have it in writing, you need to speak it. That's why I love websites, because you can do a video. There are people that when you go to buy something, once you click on that item, a little small video will pop up telling the people, hey, welcome to my website. I'm such and such and such. You are purchasing blah, blah, blah. Just to let you know that if you purchase, here are the rules. Here are my promises to you. Boom. You can always go back, do another edit. Things change. You can control those things via a website a lot easier than you can, let's say, social media, because social media moves fast. But if you have one centralized location where people can see your products and purchase those products, it makes it a lot easier to make those changes, and people can see it right then and there as they are purchasing your products. So yes, micro, that's a good way to say it. Just say, hey, things are subject to change. If it's your return policy, there are some people that have products and services where they have a no return, and they tell you right there, all sales are final. So that person gets it, something's wrong with it, they can't return it. I told you before you purchased it, no refunds on this item. So you need to make sure people are aware of that as the CEO, because bottom line, when people feel they've been duped or bamboozled or swindled or whatever you want to call it, when people feel they have been wronged in any way, to prevent them from going socially and publicly about their displeasure of you, you need to nip it in the bud as quick as possible. So that's why when people purchase from me, when I'm tracking everything that leaves out of here, once they get it, I shoot them an email. Everything okay? Let me know if you have any issues. If I have their email, which I should, because you have to put your email in there, I'm shooting your email. Thank you for purchasing your product. Any issues, please let me know within such amount of time. If that time passes and you don't let me know, then all of that responsibility falls on you. You have to have a deadline. If you're selling products, whether it's through your website or through social media, you have to put a deadline on it from the time, either you're going to do it from the time that you send it, or you're going to do it from the time that they receive it, to get back with you for any issues. So as a CEO, you are responsible for these things. And these are the types of things that these big time companies do. And if you want to be a big time company as well, you're going to have to take those steps seriously and take those steps as well to make sure that your products and services are living up to your brand promise, as well as meeting your customers' expectations. That falls on you, CEO, because trust me, when things aren't right, when the customer gets it, they're going to let the world know. And so you don't want that negative publicity. You want to make sure you're stepping in there before it even happens and make sure they're good. Okay? Let me check the chat. Okay. True. Microfarmer says there are so many pitfalls in running your own business. Facts. Trust. When you think again. That's why companies keep changing their policies, because you have scammers and get over people. Absolutely. That's why as a CEO, you have to be on it all the time. You have to track everything. It's a big responsibility being a CEO, especially an active CEO in your business. You don't have a team that's following up and helping you out on those things. If you're solo bolo, everything falls on you. There are a lot of scammers out there. There are a lot of copycats out there. There are a lot of confiscators out there. People are lying out there. And as a CEO, the moment that product leaves your possession, anything can happen to it. The mail people could lose it. I've had that happen before. Sometimes you may have to just bite the bullet and replace it. Some people lie and claim they never received it. That's why I tell my clients and my students, make sure you're tracking it through a reputable source, and it should show you where the person received it. Don't be listening to these lying people. Make sure things go accordingly and you are tracking it as the CEO, because the responsibility still falls on you. I always say everybody wants to be a CEO until they have to do what CEOs have to do. Okay. It's easy to say, oh, I have my own business. I'm a small business owner. But then the whole world is falling down around you and there's no proof in your pudding and your reputation is negative and it has preceded you. It doesn't look so good. It doesn't feel so good. But if you get the foundation set in place in the very beginning and you get around like-minded individuals that know what they are doing, such as myself, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm just saying, you have to find like-minded individuals that just don't talk business because it sounds cool and it may sound like a cliche, because ever since the whole thing that shook the whole world has happened, everybody now wants to say they're a business owner. But when you shake their tree and you check their roots, you realize there's nothing there. You want to make sure that you as the CEO don't fall into the trap of being a copycat of what somebody else is doing, trying to model your business after someone else. Do what you do best and know that there are going to come a time during your journey as a CEO that you're going to learn. That it's going to come a time when you're going to have to pivot from some things. And I've had to learn, and it was a hard lesson, but I had to learn it. And the lesson was, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should be doing it. Okay. Just because you can create t-shirts, hats, mittens, this, that, and the third doesn't mean you should be. Just like you make a promise to your customers, you need to make a promise as a CEO to yourself that you're not going to reach beyond what you really are capable of doing, because when people do that, they fall short of the target and then the customers are upset and then everything just trickles downhill. You don't want that to be you. You want to make sure that you're doing what you can do the right way and you can fulfill every promise that you make to your customers. You can sit up here and we all can do it as content creators. Everybody I see here is a content creator. Hey, DJ Jordan, thank you for being here. Hey, Young Riaz, thank you for being here. Welcome. Hey, she is Sunshine. Thank you for being here. You need to make sure and understand that just because you can do something, you don't need to be doing it. And you have to understand what those things are you can do with your eyes closed. Nobody has to tell you about it. You got this. What are those things? That should be a part of your promise. Now, you may be able to do other things and you may be good at or okay at doing some other things, but are those the things that you should be focusing on right now in your business? I mean, I'm still setting up stuff behind me, but if I go like this, y'all see that back there? That's my heat press. I finally took it out the packing box. It's been packed since we moved, but I finally took it out the box. I was like, you know, it's time to get back to work. I'm giving my members some gear, some different things happening to my members. So I had to get my stuff together, but I had to make sure, even before I opened up memberships, I had to make sure that I, the educated natural, was ready for that next step, because I'm going to be doing a lot of gem dropping, media dropping, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be just educating you all and giving you so many nuggets that I don't just give out to people that aren't a part of my team. But because you guys have agreed to be members here, I said, listen, I'm going to open up the vault. And as a member of this team, we're not just going to be talking about it. We're going to be doing some execution, because everybody's talking. I see a lot of talking all over TikTok, all over Instagram. I see a lot of talking, but I see a very little action, very little execution. And that's what I do. Someone called me the other day and said, Kim, you my pusher. And I didn't know exactly how to take that because, you know, when you hear the term pusher, you think of something else. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not giving you anything. What are you talking about here? There's like, no, when I'm with you and I get my consultations with you and we work together, like you motivate me and I go and I do what I'm supposed to do. Nobody else is able to do that. You have this thing that, you know, this is from them. I'm just like taken aback, like, huh? I'm just doing what comes natural to me to get you activated, to get you out there to do what you need to do as a CEO. You said, I want to be a business owner. You said, I want to sell this product or the service. You said that. I didn't tell you to say that. You told me. So I said, okay, if that's what you want to do, then let's do it. Like my mom used to say, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm going to be pushing people. Let's get these things done. January of this year, everybody was like, oh yeah, new year, new me. Woo-hoo-hoo. I guarantee you by the end of the first quarter, half of y'all was back on the couch, back with your buns, with your robes on and your bonnets, with your feet up, not doing absolutely nothing when it came to your business. Everybody else was soaring and you was over there like, with your arms folded, with your face all tight. Everything was going disarray and you was like, okay, I'm going to follow this person. I'm going to follow that person. And you haven't did anything since. And it's because you don't have an activator. You know, it's like having a Jerry curl with no activator. It's just dry and crispy. And those of you that's ever had a Jerry curl, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, your curls just ain't quite curled. They kind of like, it's like a lip noodle. I'm the activator. You have the product, you have the services, but you have no idea what to do with them. You have the skill set, but you don't have the education to activate those things. That's where I come in. We take a look at things. You tell me what your goals are. We go through this whole thing. It's going to be a fun experience. But if you're out here just flying by the seat of your pants, baby, you're going to have a long, bumpy ride by yourself. Because the one thing I had to determine, and I always tell my students and my clients, you have to determine what those realistic goals are. What are the promises you're making to yourself as the CEO? Hey, GT Grows It in Alaska. Thank you for being here. Who else did I see? I saw my thing move. Who else? Oh, Bayou Sugar Garden. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Ouch used to be my middle name. Let me tell you something. When my business coach used to get at me, I used to be like, ouch. Or my husband, who I call my non-silent partner in everything I do, because he is not silent. Sometimes I have to say, ouch. Okay, ouch, ouch, ouch. Trust me, been there, done that. Like I mentioned earlier, everyone who's just coming in, hey, Rambo, blessings to you. I have been in business for over 10 years. I have been in radio. I have done podcasting. My radio show used to be broadcast in over 190 countries. I was everywhere. I was hot in these streets. But I learned a lot of life lessons doing these years. And so today I sit here as a person that may have a few bumps and bruises here and there, but I'm here to tell the story, to help you so that you don't have to hit your head up against the wall or kick your foot up against the side of your house and break your old toe. I'm here to help you and prevent you from doing all these crazy stuff that I did because I didn't have the right people around me at that time to show me the way. And so I'm here and I've opened up memberships to talk with those serious business owners, CEOs, brand builders, and brand owners to show you the way. You know what? I just realized I have watched a lot of Mandalorian recently with my husband, and I keep saying this is the way. Forgive me. I like the show. But I wanted to come and give everybody, just tell everybody, listen, stop making all these promises, whether it's in your own membership, because I know some of you guys are monetized here on YouTube. So if you're making these promises to people that you know you can't keep, stop doing it. Stop doing it because it sounds cool. Stop doing it because everybody else may be seemingly having success doing it. And you're thinking, okay, well, this is the next trend. I'm going to jump on it. Baby, if you can't keep up, don't do it. It's not for you. Think about it like this. Think about you and someone are walking down this road. And you get to the crossroads and you're thinking, okay, the Spirit is leading me to go straight. And now you and this other person have been walking down this street together for the longest. And they're saying, I don't think straight is my way to go. I'm feeling I need to go to the left. Now, which one of y'all is going to sit there and give up your path that is set for you to follow the other one? If you're smart, you're going to follow where the Spirit is leading you. And that's why I tell people, stop copying the wrong cat. That person's path may not be the path you need to take. You have to discern to see if that's the way you need to go. because copying the wrong person or following someone else's advice may not be conducive to you. It could be detrimental. It could hurt you versus help you. Sure, it may look good for them. It may work out for them, but it could kill you. And you don't want that to happen to you. So what you have to do is really, as a CEO, as a brand builder or owner, sit down with your paper and your pad and write those things out. What are my promises? What are my products and services? Take a look at every product and service that you offer and ask yourself, who is this really for? It's not for everyone. Who is this really for? When I decided that I had reached a point in my business where I needed to go higher, like I just felt like I just needed to go higher. You need to go further than where you are. You've hit this goal. You set this other goal. You're struggling to hit it. What do you need to do? Educate Natural. What do you need to do to hit that goal? And I had to get realistic with myself and say, okay, you're going to have to do this, this, and this. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes when you are on the journey up, when you truly feel God stretching you, it's going to be uncomfortable. He's going to ask you to do stuff that's completely out of your comfort zone. If it's too easy, it's not a goal. It's too easy. You need to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone and look within and ask yourself, what is it that I need to be doing? I can't follow this person and that person, because trust me, early on in this journey of business, I followed the wrong people and it cost me seriously, financially and mentally. And I said, never again. I'm going to let God lead me in the direction that I need to go. And ever since I've been doing that, when I tell you the journey has been way better for me, it has truly been better for me. Because I was following the people. I think, oh yeah, I want to make six figures too. Y'all let me get caught up with those people. I want to make six figures. You want to make six figures? You want to make six figures? Come on with me. I'm like, well, shucks. Well, let's do this. And I get over there and realize it's the whole bait and switch thing. It was just pure foolishness over there. And instead of me making six figures, they made six figures off of me. No more of that. That's why I love being around like-minded individuals that are ready to put in the work. I always tell my students and my clients, you're working with me, you got to be ready to work and you have to be teachable. Because that's what I'm going to do. By nature, I'm a teacher. I'm going to teach you. And if you can't learn, if you know it all, then I'm not who you need. You don't need me. You know it all. Go about your business. You don't need me. I'm looking for like-minded CEOs that are serious about their business, that are serious about whatever goals they want to accomplish, and that are ready to take those steps that are going to be needed from this point forward to get those goals accomplished. I've met a lot of CEOs that have shared stories after stories about the hardships they have faced in business. I've heard people that were in partnerships where the other partner stole money. I've heard stories and talked with CEOs who launched products that went wonk, 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 like nobody bought it. I've heard people that was doing this person's program and took this person's course and attended this person's webinar or attended this person's event. They came back on fire, but that fire quickly ceased to exist a month after they had gone and attended those types of things. Because they just didn't have the foundational principles. So here we start with the foundation, because I believe and I have learned that with a strong foundation, you can build anything upon it. That's where we start, at the foundation. You want to start a business? You say, hey, I've been in business 5 years and I did da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, cool. How much money did you make? Well, I made, this month here one day and the next month I made this and I'm trying this. I'm like, okay, let's pull out all the stops here. We look at everything. Let's sit down and talk. If we're going to talk, let's talk. Let's pull it all out. What did you learn? What happened here? How much was the investment? How much did you get back on that investment? What did you do? How much did it cost to make that product? Okay. Did you list down blah, 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 blah? Well, no, I didn't add that in there. What you mean you didn't add the bag? Didn't you put that shirt in the bag? Didn't you pay for that bag? That needs to be added into your price. We look at things like that because it's the small things. Like I said last week, It's the small foxes that spoil the vine. It's those little bitty minute things that will hurt you in your business. And you won't even see it because you're thinking it's going to be something big. No, it's something small that's hurting you. But not everyone is going to take that time and point out those simple little minute things that's hurting you. But the only way you're going to see that is to have an activator that's going to sit there and look at everything. Let's talk. What happened? Tell me the story. Tell me the good, bad, and oh my goodness, tell me it all. So we can look at this from a full perspective as a group. Because it's not just going to be you and I. We're going to look at this from a group because I guarantee you there's going to be somebody else in the membership, somebody else at the meetup that's going to have the same issue, but are not going to speak up until you speak up. And then somebody goes, oh yeah, that happened to me too. Oh, I was wondering what happened. Wow, thank you. That's what we're here for, to get to the bottom of these things. So let's see. Thank you. Yes, Micro, that 4-cent bag still costs. That's 4 cents. I want my 4 cents back. So yes, absolutely. Everything you spend is a cost. Let's see. Keeping up with the Griffins. Thank you for being here. Hey, thank you for being here. Let me look through the chat, see if I missed anything. Anybody have any questions so far? You can go and start listing them. I'm going to keep on going here with what I needed to say to everyone. Let's see. All right. I don't think I missed anyone. If I missed you, just say, hey. Oh, hey, Juicy with Jay. Thank you for being here. I had a feeling I was missing someone. All right. We're going to keep on moving here. So ask yourself, what can you promise that will make your target audience buy, that's a key word, buy your products and services? What is it that you can promise them that can make them buy? Is it free shipping? Is it a rebate or a discount on if they buy so many products, you'll give them a 10% discount, a 20% discount? What can you promise them that's going to make them buy from you? There are tons of people that are selling the same thing you're selling. Maybe it's a little different packaging. Maybe it's a little different, but it kind of falls into the same industry or category. What makes you different? You have to determine this as a CEO. What is it that makes you different? Last week, I mentioned gaps, and I told you I fill gaps for people, for CEOs. It took me a while to understand that, because what I had to do is I had to step back and say, okay, I'm in an industry where there's a lot of coaches, a lot of teachers, a lot of mentors, yada, yada, yada. These people over here are offering this, they're offering this. Yes, I can offer that too, but I want it to be different. What's missing? So I literally, thank God, was put in a position where I had time because I was moving. There's a lot of things going on. So I wasn't able to be here before a lot of people for a while because there was a lot of things going on. But during that time, either it was late at night, early in the morning, it was always in my mind, what can I do to be different, to position my brand in a better position than what it is? Because sometimes when you're in an industry where there's a lot of people, especially if you're doing like custom apparel, there's a lot of people now doing custom apparel. It seemed like it was the go-to when the whole thing that shook the world took place. Everybody started making custom apparel. Socks, mugs, hats, shoes, jackets. Everybody was buying these products and making these products and just selling everywhere, right? Everybody was doing it. But there were a handful of people who said, yeah, I'm in this industry, but I'm going to do something different. I'm going to flip this thing on its head. That's what you have to ask yourself, like I had to ask myself. What is missing? What's going to be my ace? Or what's going to, if we're playing spades, what's going to be my joker, deuce, ace? What's going to be that for my brand? What can I offer that nobody else can offer? That's where my discussions about intellectual property protection came in handy for me. Because when I looked around, the only individuals that was even remotely talking about intellectual property protection were attorneys. What makes me different is I don't file them like attorneys do, trademarks that is. But what I do is I teach you how to do it yourself. And for a lot of CEOs, that's the ticket. Because when you compare the price of using an actual attorney to do it versus learning the knowledge yourself, I got you. It's a big difference. And I realized there were a lot of CEOs that says, listen, I've been in business for years. I don't even own a trademark, but I've been selling these products all over the world. And now I'm noticing that the people overseas, I won't say which country, have started to copy my products, and they're putting it on Alibaba, and they're putting it over here, and they're putting it over there. That's my intellectual property. They can't do that. They can't do that. Well, somebody like me come in and say, come here, let me talk to you for a minute. Let me show you how you can protect your intellectual property. That was the gap I saw, and that's the gap I feel. So I stopped everything else because I realized that's the gap that CEOs, which are my target audience, needed. They had the skill set to develop the product. They didn't need me there. They had the skill set to even sell the product. They didn't need me there. But what they didn't know what to do was protect those products and services. They didn't know how to do that. And so I came in to fill that gap. That was my promise to my target audience. That's what you have to figure out. What is my brand promise to my target audience to get them to buy from me versus my competitor? You have competitors out there, whether you want to say they're out there or not. You might not see them as competitors. Like I always tell myself and I tell everybody else, I don't have any competition but me. I'm my own competition. And I've always said that. But industry-wise, there may be someone else offering the exact same thing as me. And I may look over at them and say, man, this seems like they're making a lot of sales. How come I'm not making a sale? I got to find the gap. I got to find something that makes me more different than them. Something that I can offer that they can't do because they don't have that skill set. I do. Hey, Big Rooster, thank you for being here. Hey, Frugal Mama, thank you for being here. So you have to sit there and ask yourself, what is my brand promise? What vow am I making to my target audience to get them to buy from me versus my competitors? Only you can answer that. You have to be different. I don't care what industry you are in. You have to dare to be different. We've all heard that saying before, that slogan before. You have to say, what is my brand promise? What can I tell people right now to get them to buy my product versus buying from my competitors? What is it that I can tell and promise to my target audience to get them to say, you know what? I'm going to trust you. I'm going to roll with you till the wheels fall off because I believe in your promise that you made to me. And every promise that you make as a CEO, you have to back it up. If you promise them that if they buy from you, if they reach a certain threshold of payments, of orders, or whatever the case may be, that you're going to give them a certain percentage off, you got to stick to that. No matter what your financial pockets may look like, you have to stick to that promise. Your brand depends on it. Your reputation depends on it. You can't back out. You can't change your mind. You have to stick to that promise. See, a lot of people are out here saying all this crazy stuff that I'll do this and I'll do that. But when the rubber meets the road, they start backing up on it. I'm too busy. I know I said I was going to meet with y'all every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, but y'all, I ain't going to be able to. No. We understand. Life happens. It happens to me, which is why I'm here today. It happens. But as soon as you can go back and fix that, you go back and fix that. You at least alert people, say, hey, I know we're supposed to meet today. Something happened. We're going to do it tomorrow, or we're going to do it on this day or this time. But you have to go back and fix that. Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you like my mama used to tell us. If you keep doing that and disappointing your target audience, word is going to get out. And people are going to start dragging you through the mud. And the people who have no idea who you are going to hear about you. And you're going to be walking around here in these internet streets, boulevards, and street corners like Pigpen. Y'all ever watch Charlie Brown with Pigpen? He had the cloud of dust all around him That's how some people are walking around right now. There's this cloud of dust, which is chaos and negativity, that's following them everywhere they go. And they're wondering why nobody's working with me, why nobody's buying my products, why nobody's doing this and why nobody's doing that. It's for the simple fact your reputation has a negative connotation to it. And nobody wants negativity in their life. Nobody wants that at all. Oh, Big Rooster, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you, Passionately Intrigued Arts. Follow through. Even if the customer got on your last nerve, we have all been there. If they have that product that you created or a service that you provided, thank them, see if there's anything further, and move on. You didn't like them, they didn't like you. Y'all just kind of did it just to get it over with. You parted ways. But you have to make sure that you close that chapter appropriately. We can't be out here acting like spoiled 5-year-olds in a sandbox. You get mad because somebody threw sand on you, and now you want to throw sand on everybody else. No. Handle it like a CEO. I know. Trust me. Thank you, Microformer. Absolutely. See if you can make it right. If there is, because I've had situations where it didn't matter what you did. And I've heard stories from other CEOs. It didn't matter what you did to try to make the situation right. The person was mad. They were upset for whatever reason. And some things are not in your control, CEO. Once you take that product and you package it and you give it to the mail carrier, it's out of your control. If that customer is upset with you because they never received it, or they received it and the box is all beat up, you know you didn't send it that way. But you can't control what the mail carriers do once it leaves your possession. That may actually also be something you add in your terms and conditions. Your responsibilities. And let people know, look, I have literally, even at the beginning of my business, before I would send the package off, take a picture of it. And email that picture to the customer. And let them know, hey, your package is ready. They probably seen this like, oh man, the Educated Natural package is so good. Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you. But what they didn't realize what I was doing was, I don't know what that mail carrier is going to do. So I want to let them know, this is how I sent it to you. Now, it may get there and the box may be torn, the stuff may be bent up. I didn't send it that way. These are the extra steps as a CEO you may just have to take to protect your reputation. That way, if that customer gets that package and it's all jacked up and you know you didn't do it, you can say, hey, when they get online, they start bashing, you can say, hey, look here. This is how I sent it. Look at the date. This is how I sent it. This is to them. I sent it like this. That's not on me. That's on the mail carrier. I did my part. You have to protect yourself by any means necessary. Quoting Malcolm X, you got to protect yourself by any means necessary as a CEO, because these people out here will try it. They will try it. But as a CEO, as a business owner, a brand builder, or brand owner, you have to be aware that there are certain things, no matter how good your promise is, that are out of your control. And you have to give yourself some grace when it comes to the things that are out of your control. I know CEOs right now that are beating themselves up. Like, I see it in videos, I hear it in their voice on their podcast. They are literally beating themselves up because the customer had a bad experience of something that they could not control. You have to learn to give yourself some grace. Exactly, Rambo. Make sure that you have covered all sides from every angle, and you have done everything as a CEO to make sure that product and or service meets the expectation of your target audience, of that customer, of that client. Do your part. But the things you can't control, you got to say, God's will, God's bill. God got to take care of this. This is bigger than me. This is above me now. But I have done everything I can to ensure that this customer received whatever it is I promised them in the manner that I promised it. That's a big step for CEOs, because some of us come from, we all come from different backgrounds. And I came from the background of the clap back spirit. And when you clap at me, I'm clapping back. And so I had to learn that as a CEO, take a breather first. Breathe, let that thing marinate, and try to get it right before you just start popping off at people. I know it's easy to do that, but do your best to try not to clap back if you can help it. I have literally at certain times in this whole business journey I've been on, had to just say, you know what? Return the money to the person just to get them out of my hair. I just had to bite that bullet. I had to suck up that cost just to get them out of my hair. Okay. As a CEO, sometimes you may have to do that. I know you don't want to, because you done put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating whatever it is you created. And now this person want to trip out on you. So, use caution with that. Apply that whatever you have to. But protect your brand at all costs by any means necessary, and remain faithful to your promise. Yes, absolutely, passionately intrigued arts. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet, remake the item, and give a full refund. Yes, ma'am. Been there, done that. Absolutely. Because your reputation, your brand promise are two very important things as a CEO. Believe it or not, mess those two things up, and you can forget any type of return on investment. You can forget any return in sales, especially in this day and age where there are numerous people providing probably the same or a similar product as you, and they'll just go to somebody else and they'll be over there bashing you, and you have no idea that that's going on until someone else says it. Well, I heard that you did blah, 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 blah. You over there like, huh? What? You got to protect your reputation. You got to do everything you can to make it right. And if it's not going to work, know when to hold them, fold them, and know when to walk away. Just let it go as a CEO. Just make sure whatever promise you make out there to your audience, you, the CEO, are able to fulfill that promise. Now, let's get on down to this thing. Hey, G Mama, thank you for being here. Listen, as a CEO, you have to ask yourself, whenever you're telling people to be a part of anything you're doing, buy any product or service that you are selling, you have to be clear as a part of your brand promise what the benefits are to your target audience, client, customers, everything else in between. What are the benefits to them? That's what people want to know. If I work with you, what are the benefits? What am I getting out of this, basically? As a CEO, that should be clear to you. You should have it in a notebook somewhere, wherever you have your mission statements, your vision statements, that should be in there. That should be, these are the benefits. So I love websites. You can put all those things on your website. Working with me, here are the benefits to you. Because I don't know about y'all, but I know for me, if I'm going to be spending, I don't care if it's $1.99, okay? If I'm going to be spending 1 cent with you, I need to know how is it going to benefit me? If I'm spending money with you and I get to be in a one-on-one session with you or a group session with you, and all you're doing is sitting up there smacking on chips, how is that benefiting me? If all you're offering is me watching you drive around, how is that benefiting me? So then I'm going to go back and say, wait a minute, what did I join? Hold on, let me go back. Let me look at these. Let's take memberships, for instance. Let me go back and look at these perks at the level that I signed up for. Let me see what they said. Let me compare and contrast here. Because maybe I signed up for a mukbang and I didn't realize it was a mukbang. Hey, I can't be mad at them. They're eating because it's a mukbang. Hey, I didn't know. But if I sign up for a membership and I look at the perks and it says blah, 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 I'm expecting blah, blah, blah. Okay, y'all understand what I'm saying? Nobody talking about you. But I'm just saying, people go back to those things. If I sit there and say, okay, all my members, the first 10 members, because that's my acronym. If I say the first 10 members get a free custom shirt, I need to be having this heat press cracking out them shirts, right? I can't be over here just lollygagging and dragging my feet because I don't feel like making shirts today. No, I made the promise. And you're like, look, I will sign up number such and such. I will sign up number such and such. Where is my shirt? Educate Natural. Where is my shirt? You expect that. But if at some point when I hit that 10, no, I said 10. If I hit that 5 and I decide, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I need to come up with a video. I need to let y'all know immediately. Change your mind. Things happen. Ran out of inventory. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to have to, instead of giving y'all a shirt, how about a mug? How about I just give you a mug instead? Because I ran out of shirts. That's where that CEO pre-planning comes in handy. Before I even sit there and say 10, I need to go in my inventory and look and see if I have 10 shirts, first of all. And then I need to determine what type of 10 shirts do I have? And how am I going to design? What's the design going to be? I gotta incorporate all of those things before I make a single promise to you. Now, it's different if it's a surprise because you didn't know. I didn't say it publicly. I didn't write it either. I didn't tell you was going to get a shirt. So you can't gig me on not getting a shirt because I didn't tell you was going to get one anyway. But if I make the promise verbally or if I make it in a written format and you see it and that was the reason why you signed up to be with me and my team, then hey, I need to come through. It's only fair. It's only fair. So you as a CEO, take some time today. The earlier the better. If you're selling products, you're offering courses, any type of service, whatever it is you're offering your target audience, take some time now and determine what the benefits are to those people you're trying to get to work with you. You have to determine that. Because if there's no benefits, it's going to lessen the chances that people are going to want to work with you. What are the benefits? No. Join the membership. Yes, passionately intrigued arts. Absolutely. Communication with the customer. That is key. That's why when my members and I meet, first thing I'm going to ask them, listen, tell me, what are your expectations? Before we get into what's going on in their business, before we get into anything serious and deep, what are your expectations? Why are you here? Why did you choose to work with me? That'll kind of give me a mental note as to what level I need to bring this thing to. And so as we're growing together, as we're doing these things together, and members, remember, we're going to be meeting as soon as I end this. I'm going to end this in not too long. Let's see, what time is it? How long have we been here? Where's my time thing? We have been here. Oh, it's time to go. Look at that. So I want to let my members know I'm going to end this live and then we're going to be meeting up. If you want to get on camera, I welcome you to get on camera because I know sometimes typing things out can get a little bit convoluted. If you want to get on camera and talk to me, let's get on camera. Let's do this thing. If you don't have to show yourself, I just need to be able to hear your voice so we can talk these things out so I can get you guys on the road to success. So we're going to be meeting members after this live. So don't go nowhere. I'm going to be putting it up there. It's going to say members live. Just click on it. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in. We got some stuff to talk about. Okay. So if you're not a member yet, I invite you to become a member. If you're having issues in your business, I invite you to become a member so we can put like-minded heads together and get these things done in our businesses. I don't want to see you struggling the rest of this year and next year. I don't want to hear it. Don't sit there and say nobody told you of how to do a business, whatever stage you are in. There's always something out there that you can learn. So if you're ready to learn, I can educate you. That's all I'm asking. So if you with the foolishness and you causing turmoil, I don't want you. And we're going to kick you out. I'll give your money back. We'll kick you out. But if you are serious about your business and you're not going to be wasting any of our time and you're ready to move, join the membership here with the Educated Natural. We invite you and we welcome you. But let's get back to these promises. So once you identify what the benefits are to your customer, my last bit of advice to you today is to make sure you are creating products that meet those intentions and benefits that they're expecting. If somebody is expecting a very soft t-shirt, you can't be providing these hard, rough, hard to wash cotton t-shirts that fade after the first wash. That person paid $30 plus shipping for that shirt. Baby, that shirt better be butter soft. It better be butter smooth. I can see if it's a giveaway shirt, then yeah, do whatever you do. But if it's a shirt that's going to represent your brand, like this is someone's brand shirt that I have on. If I can back up. Y'all see that? This is someone else. This is another content creator shirt that I'm rocking today. Those of you that know, you know who this shirt is. This is the brand of our very own T-shirt man Los. This is one of his original shirts. Okay, so this is his swag apparel. Okay, yep, this is his swag apparel. And I bought this shirt to support my brother, to let him know we appreciate him. I even made him an Artisan of the Day video. So you can check through my channel. You can see my Artisan of the Day video where I spotlighted T-shirt man Los. This is one of his shirts. This is something I love to do. I love to see CEOs who are out there burning the street up, child, just all over the place, just growing and growing and growing. I love to spotlight them. And so he was my Artisan of the Day. And this is actually his apparel that I have. So these are the things over here that we do. We spotlight you, we educate you, we make sure that your products and your services, your courses, or whatever it is you're offering to your target audience matches completely in alignment. Because there is nothing worse than offering a product that no one wants. You know how much time and effort goes into from creation or thought, I guess I should say, to creation, to selling, to marketing, to all of these things for products and services. It's a lot of work. And there is nothing more embarrassing than to do a launch and all you have are crickets. Nobody knows about it. Nobody buys it. Nobody's talking about it. You as a CEO, you don't have time for that. So you want to make sure that you're around people that can look at what you're doing, look at where you're going, to ask you those key questions that's going to make you think and say, oh, I guess I need to sit myself down and really write these things out of other folks. Okay, so you want to make sure that everything is good. So let me check the chat. Let's see here. Hey, Odom, thank you for being here. Odom's Homestead. So let's see. Hey, a resilient dad. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you. Any questions about your brand promise? Do you have a brand promise? Is there something that you can vow to your target audience that you will provide, that you will do, that they can expect? If not, you have some homework, my friend. To be taken serious in business, you need to know every video that you make, every product that you create and sell, everything you market needs to carry that promise with it. Because that's what your target audience is going to expect from you, because you are the face of your company. So who do you think they're going to come running to and are going to bash when things go disarray? Because there is a misalignment between what you said, what you offered, and what they got. Everything has to be congruent. Everything has to connect like a puzzle. It has to. Are you going to leave gaps in places where mistakes can happen? And dare I say, could cost you money. And if you're in business in this economy, every penny counts. Every penny counts. So let's see. Hey, there you go. She is sunshine. You on my side. She is sunshine. Let me tell you. I'm going to send them two in particular a very special shirt. They keep it up. They keep it up. A very special shirt. So let's see. There you go, Odom. Absolutely. That's what they really want. They don't want y'all to know. They just don't want y'all to know that's what the shirt they want. They want that eagle. That's what they want. Everybody wants to be an eagle, but not everybody can be an eagle. Let's see. In that case, Tay, you owe me a shirt. All the stuff you put me through, you owe me a shirt. Any questions? Let me go back down. And I'm gonna make sure I have okra on it too, Big Rooster. Just for you. Just for you. I'm gonna contact the local okra grower in California and send it right to your doorstep with my picture on the cover like this. Just for you. Anybody have any questions about today's discussion? If you do, ask it now. Ask it now. I got to get with my members. They have paid the cost to be with the boss. Let's do this. I can't wait to meet with you all and talk with you and find out what's going on in your business. So, no questions? Nobody has anything they want to say? All right. All right. I'm giving you a chance now. But listen, if I can help anyone in here or anyone you know with business, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're thinking about filing your trademarks to protect your intellectual property, reach out. There are still some things that are happening at the USPTO, several different changes, and I'm going to be talking about those things with my members and more in-depthly with them to let them know, hey, this stuff is getting serious next year. They're not playing. Also, I'm going to let my members know the latest updates with my own trademark and let you know the foolishness that this attorney tried with your girl. And as soon as I gave her my take on it, she realized I was right. Y'all ain't going to believe this story. This just happened last week. Y'all ain't going to believe this. Craziness, pure craziness. But we're definitely going to get a kick out of that, me sharing that story with y'all. So my trademark is almost there. It's almost there. So I'm going to give my members a chance to see it go through the process. You guys get a first bird's eye view of how these things work behind the scenes. It's a long process, but now we're at the fun part. Now we're at the part where it's me and the attorney. So this is the part that I've been waiting almost a year for. Whew, y'all, when I tell you about that process with this daggone trademark, but it is worth it. Thank you, Bayou Sugar Garden. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Hopefully I have said something to educate you. That is the goal here. And that's the goal in every video. I do invite you to search through the channel and see if there's something else that is of interest to you. Just let me know. Also, everyone, if there is a particular business topic that you would like for me to talk about, leave it in the comment section. Let me know. I always go back and look at the replay comments to make sure I didn't miss anything. And if I did, I make sure I try to address it. So if I missed saying hello to you, hello. Thank you for being here. If at any point, if you can't reach me here on YouTube or any social media, you can always reach me through my website, which is www.theeducatednatural.com. You can go there. You can peruse through my website. Go to the contact page. If you need to contact and ask me something directly, I invite you to do so as well. As I said earlier, I have finally taken my heat press out of the packing box. It has been packed up since my move, and we're going to be getting that thing cracking up in here because we have some work we have to do. Some brand owners have reached out, so we have some shirts to make and some mugs to make, and so we're about to be cracking over here. Now, if you want to see my crafts, because I have some paintings I have to do as well. If you want to see my crafts, I invite you to head over to my crafting channel. We're going to be kicking that thing off, and that channel is called Creatively 10, and you can go there and you will see my crafts that I'll be doing. I decided to kind of put it over there. And if high demand is enough, if y'all want me to do it over here versus over there, just let me know as well. Because I just don't want to mess up my algorithm over here. This channel is basically a lot of teaching. You know, I've done a couple of artsy things and crafty things over here. But I was instructed to separate those things because I don't want to confuse YouTube. You know, you work hard to get in the algorithm at a certain point. You don't want to jack that up. So I don't want to kind of mix the two if I don't have to. So I kind of try to put my crafts over there because the meat and potatoes of this channel is education. So thank you, PIA. Thank you so much. First of all, Tay Weezy, Deontay, I have a backdrop. The thing is, some of my stuff is in that closet back there. I have to get it out that closet. So I'm trying to figure out how I can put my backdrop up to allow me to still get comfortably in and out of that closet. So that closet is a functioning closet. Okay, that's my crafting side of this room. On this side of the room, I have my school. And this side of the room, I have my office. And back there is my crafting. That's how I kind of split this room up. It's only one room, so I had to make it work. So can I drop to my crafting channel? Let's see here. Let's see. Give me a second because I have to do it from my phone. Any football fans in here? Just curious. Just curious. Anybody? Anybody? There's only one team name y'all can't say here. You can't see that. You can't say that name. That's like a bad name to say. Give me a second. I'm gonna share it. Let's see here. All right. Come on over. Go on my video. All right. Here's my crafting channel. I'm gonna use my phone to do this. All right, let's see if that works from here. There it is. Hey, Robin Murphy, thank you for being here. Hey, J3GS Farm, we are so happy to see you here. We're about to wrap up now. Y'all are late, man. What happened? But just to kind of give you all a quick recap. In this video, we talked about your brand promise and delivery. It is very important as a CEO that whatever promises you make to your target audience, you are able to deliver on those promises. Do not, and I repeat, do not make promises that you cannot keep. Please don't do that. Please don't put things out there verbally or written that you, as the CEO of that brand or company, you cannot keep. If you know you cannot afford to offer free shipping, do not say you offer free shipping. If you know you cannot offer free products or services, then do not say that's what you're going to be offering. Whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever you put in written form as a CEO, you have to be able to fulfill. Your customers, your target audience has expectations of you. Do your absolute best to live up to those expectations and at least come extremely close to it. And if you don't know something, hear me, CEOs. If you do not know the answer to a question, just tell that person or that target audience flat out, I do not know. However, I won't leave you hanging. Give me some time and we together will do some research and we will come to the answer to that question. Don't leave them hanging if you can absolutely help it. If you don't know it, reach out to someone else that may be set or skill set in that issue or that question and have them kind of come in and answer that for you. My members, throughout this journey we are on, I'm going to have some people coming in that's going to talk to you and share some golden nuggets with you because they love me. And I'm going to share them with you for free. Well, basically their time is free. Usually people cost a lot of money. Okay. So, I'm helping you all by giving y'all insight to some very special people to me. And I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'm not going to tell you what services or products they offer, but let me tell you this. They are business professionals. They are highly sought after business professionals. And typically you got to pay for even their time to even talk to you. But me, as the educated natural, is going to reach out there and bring them in to our private sector to talk directly to you. And this isn't something they typically do. But over the years, we have grown to love each other and they're going to come and help your girl out. So, members, let's get ready. I'm going to shut this one down and we're going to get together behind the scenes in our own members meetup and we're going to get this thing started. All right. Any questions? Let me look one more time. Hey, African Dreamer, thank you for being here. Yes, Neckbone News was hilarious. Y'all are something else. Something else. Thank you, 755 Media. Thank you for being here, sis. All right, I don't see. Hey, Vision Preparedness, thank you for being here. Oh, you said he's okay. Thank you. So everybody head over to Vision Preparedness. If you have time, go over and show him some support and love. And like I always say, since I don't see any questions, thank you all for being here. And until the next time God allows us to meet, as I always say, be blessed. Continue to be a blessing to others. And until the next time we come together, enjoy your journey, everyone. Be blessed.